What we do here is go back.
I can't get behind Scream. I
It's
can
good
sure as
take,
hell
yeah.
get behind Ace Hardware. Ace Hardware. Oh God, I am not cutting that out. Oh,
I didn't even
Ace
notice it.
Ventura, not Ace Hardware.
Now let's get into the real business of the podcast. We have our bracket breakdown, okay? And everyone did March Madness. Lame, okay? Yeah. Follower, yeah, probably you, because everyone does that. We do bracket breakdown, 90s movie style. So Micah's like, hey dude, we should just roll with this. I'm like, down. So we put out the bracket, okay? And then we're like, we're gonna base the results of this bracket of the 90s movies that Micah relayed to us and to everyone, but based off of current March Madness. So if you follow March Madness, ton of upsets, okay? And that does correlate to our 90s movie bracket. So tons of upsets. We're not going to talk about all of them, but we're going to pick two of the biggest upsets. Micah, start us off with our first biggest upset that you want to recognize.
Yeah, so my first one, it's going to bounce back to when I was kind of introducing this in the first place. I put it out there as a potential spoiler alert upset. Might have put this certain movie on fraud alert, and that was number 11 Home Alone beating number 6 Office Space. That was one of the ones that caught my eye from the beginning of it, just because it's so tough in the sense that Home Alone's such a great movie, but it is seasonal as far as the storyline around it. Office Space, an absolute classic that you can watch anytime, all times, and there's 1,000 references that you can play off of it. It plays at any point. So seeing that upset happen was I wasn't super surprised by the upset, but it was definitely one of the ones that was like, all right, this round one of brackets, we're in for a doozy.
Yeah, you touched on it last week, and I'm just like, of course this is gonna happen. But I do believe that Micah may have willed this one to win because he was a big Home Alone fan. He was a Home Alone as a kid, right? Just loved the movie. So I think there was something about the fact we were rolling this thing out. Micah was presenting it, and then he just willed the 11-6 upset. So good on you for that. So I'm going to get into one of the bigger upsets that we had on the weekend, and that was number 15 seed Men in Black, big time upset against Silence of the Lambs. That was a 2 seed. Hello, Clarice. You're on spoiler alert. Men in Black, Will Smith came in. That's the men in. That's the men in. And he just came in. Boom. Silence your face. Don't even know how to play offense anymore. Boom. Big time upset. Men in Black. Crazy. I love Men in Black. Honestly, like if you were to hey, pick your favorite, I would have picked 15/2, but not because I thought they would have won. Silence of the Lambs, a little problematic, kind of, don't really like people that eat people, once again, hello, Clarice. Not big fans of that. So you're going to get boom roasted. You're going to get out of here. A little problematic. Men in Black, 15/2. That was a big time upset. Micah, take us to the next upset of the 90s movie bracket.
Yeah, so my second upset was one that I was pretty disappointed in, to be honest with you. And that was number 13 Scream coming in over number 4 Good Will Hunting.
I'm pissed, by the way.
Yeah, very upset about it.
Not happy with this one.
No, the amount of star power that was taken away compared to the amount of star power that just isn't there in Scream is unbelievable, and was very upset because it felt like Good Will Hunting you get past that first round, you might make a run, you might make a strong run, and they got upset by some no-name little um, Loyola Chicago Golden Retrievers or
Yes, it
no,
was
there was
basically.
one team last year. I think the team 2 years ago in March Madness that beat I think Villanova in the first round, or they beat
But they were golden retrievers, so you you can
it was
root for that. But
yeah,
like a
it was
shitty, scary movie, no shot.
yeah, it
No
was,
shot.
I was a little upset, at the end of the day it was their fault this time. So yeah, Scream over Good Will Hunting, not happy about it. But that was one of the bigger upsets in my
Okay.
opinion.
And I will get to my last one, but so for me, if you just said top 5 movies in general, and not even just 90s, 2000s, 2010s, whatever, Good Will Hunting is in there. So that's how upset I am. Is it in your top 10 of all time? Okay, hold on. Genre. Let's just say, because that's the only fair way to do it, is like genre of like not comedies or whatever, or Disney. Sorry, we're just including that. But like in general, like serious movies, including action, is Good Will Hunting in there?
Top 10?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Right. It's like it hurts. That's how
Yeah.
bad it hurt, because out of 4 seed, I thought it was disrespectful,
Yeah.
And so I was like, when you're like, this can make a run, I was like, yeah, I was banking on it. So
Well,
anyways,
also if you think about it too, there's four divisions, 4 sections, and so a 4 seed means it's top 16.
yeah.
That's 11 through 16, gauge for
Right.
best movie in the 90s, let alone all time.
Exactly. That's what
And
I'm
there's so
saying.
many movies that's so hard to, I'm sure there's plenty of movies that were left off the list that you're like, damn, that couldn't even make a 16 seed or whatever. But
I know we had issues with the seating in general, but it's just it's a dang shame. Is all.
yeah, no, I hear
It's a
you.
dang
I hear you.
shame this happened. But
Yeah, they
anyways,
caught astray.
let's get into one that this is controversial for me, and I believe the same for you, because we're sometimes the same person. We have a big upset with Ace Ventura, number 13 seed, versus Toy Story. Okay. And this was a doozy. In some ways, I am so happy about it. In other ways, it hurts. It hurts deeply. I am Andy. My name is Andy, right? So Andy's Toys, Toy Story. But Ace Ventura, there's something wing. There is, So there's things that I like. It's nostalgia with Toy Story. It's quotable with Ace Ventura. One of them had to go, and I don't know how to feel about it. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And I want you to just diagnose how we should really feel about this big upset.
Well, I would say, I think it's very easy to, I think we should be excited for it.
Thank you.
Or at least happy for it, because either one, you're like, love both of those movies, perfectly fine with either one of those, advancing. You expect Toy Story to advance in that showdown. So with Ace Ventura advancing, you're almost like, well, all right, we got an underdog story going. We got the little guy that wasn't expected to be there.
You can get behind that underdog.
You can root for that underdog. You can get behind him. I can't get behind Scream. I can sure as hell get behind Ace Hardware. Ace Hardware. Oh God, I am not cutting that out. Oh.
I didn't even notice it.
Ventura, not Ace Hardware. I can get behind Ace Ventura. I could get behind Ace Hardware if that was the one as well. But Ace Ventura making it through, real underdog story. You like both. You can root for both. Little edge with the underdog. So.
Yes, that makes me feel great that you explained it that way, because I was torn and I didn't know how to feel either way. But I'm moving on. I feel great, and that's my pick. That's who I want to win all the way.